Welcome to Conservation Medicine in the Field. I'm Dr. LoraKim Joyner, and I'm in the area Rus in La Mesquite, which is a part of Honduras. We've been climbing what they call guara, which is scarlet macaw nest, all day. And here we are beneath the trees that they nest in, is a Caribbean pine. And here's how we set up to do the work that we do in conservation medicine. It would look an awful lot like this, perhaps even more disorganized. We are hiking this in 2 to 3 miles per nest. Sometimes we can drive right underneath the nest. So everything has to be very portable, and yet we have to have a backup and be prepared for any emergency. So here's what this looks like, and I just want to walk you through it right now. One of the things we want to be careful of is spreading any possible diseases or parasites from one nest to another. I have not seen it happen that I knew of, but we still try to be prepared. So what we have are disinfectants, either Novosan or quaternary ammonia, that we can carry concentrated and dilute down with water to clean our hands and to wash the equipment in between. We also wear gloves for the chicks. These are really, really hot. And if you've got a young chick that has just been born and it's a cool morning like we just had yesterday morning, you may choose to use your hands to keep the chick warm while you're examining them. We also have scrub shirts that we can put on, an overshirt, because sometimes we have to hold the chicks against us and feather and dander goes everywhere. These two are also really hot when you've got a day like we have today. But again, we're trying to do the best that we can to cut down on possibly being more harm than we are doing good. The other thing to keep in mind is to have all this set up before the chicks ever come down from the nest. You just want to be ready to go, and we have, what you don't see is somebody off the stage here with all the forms, so they can call out and you can just report everything as quickly as you can, so you can get the chick back up in the nest and the parents back feeding the chick as soon as possible. So one of the first things that we want to do when we have a chick is to take the weight of the chick. And if you have a digital scale, that's great. You have to kind of carry that in and fuss with batteries. So not as accurate, but you can use pistolas and put the chick in a bag or in a pillowcase and get the weight. That's very, very important. Of course, we're doing everything a clinical exam that you would do in the clinic. So here's just some examples of what we want with that. Depending on the forest and the kind of cloud cover you have, you want a strong light source with magnification, if possible. And speaking of light sources, you can use this as a light source and also a magnification source to look at lesions or the skin. And also we do a full fundic exam, and we look down the mouth here with the ophthalmoscope. We are taking measurements, and this is not so much for health, but to place the chick where it is in the curve. So we're measuring the growth of long bones and short bones, and also of the bill. So we have 3 measurements on the bill: length, depth, and width. We measure the wing chord, the radius, and also the tarsometatarsus. This is really great. You can probably even read it from there. There we go. And we also have a stethoscope so we can listen to their heart and lungs and air sacs, and also to keep track of how our handling may be stressing the bird. We can do this before and after. Now, part of the examination equipment that you use in conservation medicine that doesn't even have to do with the chick is to look at the nest site. So as a veterinarian, I always have binoculars available, and so we're studying the area all around, looking for signs of poaching, for predators, what is the behavior of the parents, and if the cavity looks active or not. A camera to take pictures and to document everything, especially one with macro lenses where we can understand what's going on with the chick and take close-ups of the chick, any lesions, and then a better camera to document behavior of the parents and to get some great shots for those presentations you all will be giving. Well, what happens if something goes wrong in the exam? The chick is dehydrated or overstressed. We bring things in case we are the cause of anything. We have full emergency medicines here with all the implements to deliver it. Also, depending on the level of intervention you may want to do and what your conservation project is like, you might want to do some treatment, such as antifungals and long-acting antibiotics that you can administer to the chick. Long-acting because then you only have to climb the nest once a week. Other interventions that are probably fairly common would be putting carbaryl dust or some type of insecticide in the chick nest, because we do see external parasites in birds in the tropics. Other interventions might be, and you might want to do it when the chick is still in the nest, and you might also want to do it when the chick that you may have had to take into captivity for a short time, is Emerade, is food put out by the Fever Company. This is Emerade carnivore that you can give to the chicks, mixed with a little bit of omnivore that you can give to the chicks if they need some food. Always hydrate them first before you do that. And here's the implements to administer any subcutaneous fluids that we may need to do to rehydrate the bird, catheters, and also bandage equipment. I have seen a broken wing on one chick that was taken from a nest. It's a horrible thing when it happens, and so you want to be prepared for anything that you see or that you might cause. We end up using this mostly on our own blisters though. And all this fits into this red medical box here, and then into one other bag. At least all this equipment here, because this all has to be carried on the back as you come in. And we can usually distribute it around between several people, so not one person has to carry it. These are just the basics. You can see a further list of this on the Lefevre Conserve website. We list some of this out, and I'd love to hear if people have other ideas on how they're doing this. Mostly how you're walking in or driving in and then walking in. Mostly the tropics are the birds that I've been working with. And we're all working together to do what we can for the birds. So thank you for looking at this, and do give me a call if you'd like to contribute in any way to all the projects that we're involved in. Okay, thank you.